All right, so it's been a while since I've done some big projects, and I'm going to take you along the journey of driving this well. So the first thing I'm going to start off with here is a dry point. This is the part of the well that water comes in through these perforations and will be the first point to actually make contact with the ground. You use this special pipe. It's meant for driving shallow wells. These wells are generally only good up until about 25 feet. I am going to be using a pitcher pump, so this is kind of a good setup for that. You're going to need some couplings and a drive cap. And there's some more things that we're going to learn along the way to kind of explain. But these are not regular couplings. These are like beefier couplings. The same thing with this pipe. It's a beefier pipe, but the first thing we're going to do is actually take all these pipes and wash them with some dishwashing or dish soap. There's a lot of cutting oil on these, and we want to make sure that if we're going to attempt to drink this water at some point in the future, that the water is not contaminated with oils and stuff like that. So one of the things to point out is you want to try to drive these as far in as you can without damaging the thread. I did this as much as I could on this side. I guarantee you, as soon as I start driving it, that it's going to loosen up and I'll have to tighten it again. So one of the things you're going to want to do to save yourself a whole bunch of headaches and time is to rent yourself one of these jackhammers and find a place that sells or rents bits like this. This is a well driving bit. It looks like a homemade bit, but I don't care as long as it works. And what this will do is allow you to drive that well point using this cap, and it won't wobble around. So this was relatively inexpensive. It's about 25 bucks to rent for the day. So next, I'm gonna get the jackhammer in place, get the generator going in a second. But what I did to start these things off is I dug a hole. There's actually water already in the hole down there. It's cool because I have a spring that's right there, and I just didn't want to mess with it. I'd rather just run this well and get some water. But that spring runs, it's usually pretty consistent throughout the year, but I just didn't want to disturb it. Just leave it the way it is. It does move around every couple of years or so. It'll move about a quarter mile down the road. But for now, this is where we are. I cleared up the site with the tractor, and it's about maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 yards from the spring and quite a ways back in the woods. Not horrible, but still accessible through the camper and whatnot. The other thing I'd highly advise is that you not attach the well cap, the drive cap, to the main well directly, because you don't want to damage those threads. So what I would do is just use a sacrificial nipple like this, and that'll allow you to drive it and not damage those threads. So this is the part where it gets kind of sketchy. You see, like, this pipe's about 4 feet up from the ground. You got to get a ladder, get up there, but you also want to level this as best as you can on 2-3 sides, whatever. What you don't want to do is drive this well and then realize this thing's sticking out sideways like that. You want to kind of do it as straight as possible. It's hard to do, especially for me right now, being it by myself, but take your time, do the best you can.